Good evening, and welcome back to Modern Classic, where each week I'll review a new film and an older film, both of which are somehow related. This week I'm going to be reviewing Martin Scorsese's newest movie, Silence, along with one of his first features that doesn't get the attention it deserves. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Martin Scorsese, one of the top 3 greatest filmmakers alive, has been trying to bring silence to the screen for decades. Based on the book by Shusaku Endo, Silence tells the story of 2 Portuguese Jesuit priests who venture into Japan to both rescue and reinstill their mentor's faith in God. Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver play the priests, while Liam Neeson plays the man they are seeking. All 3 of the actors perform ably. I enjoyed seeing Adam Driver in such a sensitive role, and he portrays his character with elegance, humility, and restraint. Liam Neeson is also very good. In fact, this may be his best performance since Schindler's List. There is, however, a standout performance, and that is Andrew Garfield as Sebastião Rodriguez. Garfield was nominated for Best Actor for his turn in Hacksaw Ridge, but make no mistake, this is his best performance. Garfield carries the movie, and throughout the film you admire him, love him, hate him, and pity him. The things he goes through are harrowing and almost unbelievably demeaning, but Garfield doesn't ever overact, as most actors would do in this case. Silence reminds me of 2015's The Revenant, but where that film fails, this one succeeds. The Revenant was all about shock value. It tried to make the audience connect with the main character by showing him in varying states of suffering throughout the nearly 3-hour-long movie. However, most of the time, The Revenant played things too over the top. It was billed and received like it was a prestige picture, but in my mind, it roamed closer to films like Hostel and The Last House on the Left. Silence makes none of these mistakes, and that makes it all the more impressive. Martin Scorsese makes his film an in-depth character study instead of the man versus nature versus man picture it so easily could have been. More often than not, the most disturbing parts of Silence are the 3 main characters' mental turmoil, not their physical pain. That's not to say there isn't physical pain in Silence. There are some gruesome scenes that do more than just shock or disturb. They weigh on the mind for days and weeks after the credits roll. In the end, Silence is one of Martin Scorsese's best films, and keep in mind that this man has directed Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Casino, The Departed, and several other classics. Where Silence stands on its own in Scorsese's filmography is how it is at once an incredibly personal film for the director, but also a symbol for resilience that will speak to soul-searching viewers whether or not they be religious. If you are truly a fan of cinema and a student of the human condition, check this out.
That's God's sign.
Don't move. Someone's here watching us.
The next film on my agenda is 1974's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. It stars Ellen Burstyn as Alice, a single mother trying to escape her mistakes and the less than savory men she collects throughout a couple of months in her life. Chris Christopherson also stars as a man that just might be the saving grace that Alice has been looking for. Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore may be the most un-Scorsese film that Scorsese has ever made. It is a romantic dramedy that plays like a slice of life. There is melodrama in this movie, but it is pushed out of the way by a script that seems to be directly taken from the day-to-day life of a woman and her child in the mid-70s. Needless to say, this is a great film. In terms of other Scorsese films, this is light stuff, but it does have some heavy overtones. It deals with trust, friendship, and love in ways that just feel genuine. Martin Scorsese hasn't made many films since Alice that feature such down-to-earth characters. That's why I chose to juxtapose this to Silence. It is at times a fun-loving road movie, and at other times a touching and riveting study of how strong single mothers have to be. Burstyn won the Best Actress award for this, and she deserves it. Hell, Christopherson's not that bad here either. So if you're interested in a side of Scorsese you might not have seen before, then I recommend you do whatever you have to do to catch this one. So guys, check both of these out. They both show that Scorsese is the man when it comes to directing, and has been so for over 40 years. So keep your film standards high and meet me back here next week. Thanks guys, this has been Pistol Pete Tubbs with Modern Classic.